There's a quiet fear that many people carry as they grow older. Not the fear of death, but the fear of fading, of losing clarity, of losing strength, of becoming dependent on others. You may not say it out loud, but you feel it. And over time, you're told something unsettling. That decline is inevitable. That weakness is normal. That confusion is just part of aging. But here's the good news. That isn't the full truth. You see, there are people who have lived far beyond what most expect. With clarity. With strength. With dignity. One such woman lived to 108 years old. She witnessed wars, revolutions, and the rise of modern medicine. And after all of that, she came to a simple conclusion. Most health advice keeps changing. But real wisdom stays the same. She didn't follow trends. She didn't chase miracle diets. She trusted simple, natural foods. Foods that existed long before labels and advertisements. Let me tell you something. Longevity is not built on complexity. It is built on consistency. Small things. Repeated daily. That's power. That's quiet strength. She followed 7 simple foods throughout her life. And today, we begin with the first 2. The first is something many people have been told to avoid. Black coffee. Not the sugary drinks. Not the flavored syrups. Just plain, strong coffee. It became part of her morning rhythm. A signal to the body. A moment of awakening. Coffee, in its pure form, contains natural compounds that support alertness. It helps the mind wake up gently. It clears the fog. But more than that, it creates routine. And routine is stability. I once knew a man named George. 72 years old. Recently retired. He felt lost every morning. No structure. No energy. Then he returned to a simple habit. 1 quiet cup of black coffee at sunrise. No phone. No television. Just stillness. Within weeks, something shifted. His mind felt sharper. His mood steadier. It wasn't just the coffee. It was the ritual. The pause. The intention. That's what most people don't realize. Now, the second food may surprise you even more. Eggs. Whole eggs. For years, people were told to avoid the yolk. To fear it. But the truth is, the yolk is where the nourishment lives. It supports the brain. It supports the eyes. It provides strength in a simple, complete form. Let me tell you about Jennifer. At 68, she started skipping meals. Eating lightly. She believed less food meant better health. But she felt weaker. More tired. One day, her doctor suggested something simple. 2 eggs each morning. Nothing fancy. Just eggs. Within a month, she felt different. Stronger. Clearer. More grounded. Because sometimes, the body doesn't need less. It needs better. If this resonates with you, I'd love to know who you are. Comment your age and country below. Because understanding this is the first step toward taking your strength back. There comes a point in life when you begin to notice the small changes. Names take longer to remember. Energy fades a little quicker. The body doesn't respond the way it once did. And you start to wonder, is this just how it goes now? The truth is, not always. You see, the body speaks quietly. And the food you give it shapes how it answers. The third food this woman trusted was berries. Simple. Natural. Unassuming. Blueberries. Blackberries. Raspberries. They carry color. Deep, rich color. And that color holds protection. Inside them are natural compounds that help the body manage inflammation. They support your cells. They protect what matters most. But beyond science, there's something deeper. They remind you of simplicity. I remember a man named Richard. He had a small garden behind his home. Nothing elaborate. Just a few berry bushes. Every morning, he would step outside. Pick a handful, and sit quietly. No rush. No noise. At 81, his memory remained sharp. His mind, calm. Not perfect. But steady. Because he gave his body something real. Something alive. That's dignity. Now, the fourth food comes from the water. Fatty fish. Salmon. Sardines. Mackerel. These are not luxury foods. They are foundational. They provide the kind of nourishment the brain depends on. The kind that supports memory, mood, clarity. Here's what most people don't realize. Your brain needs the right kind of fat to function well. Without it, things begin to slow. I once spoke to a man named Thomas. He had begun to feel disconnected. Forgetful. Not severely. Just enough to worry him. He made one simple change. He added fish to his meals, a few times each week. Months later, he said something that stayed with me. I feel like myself again. Not younger. Not perfect. Just himself. That's powerful. That's real independence. Because the goal is not to chase youth. It's to preserve clarity. To hold on to who you are. If you're still with me, comment your thoughts on this below. Because this understanding can change the way you age. Let me tell you something most people overlook. Health is not built in a single meal. It is built in patterns. Daily choices. Quiet habits. And the final three foods this woman trusted reflect something deeper than nutrition. They reflect balance. The fifth is fermented food. Things like pickles, sauerkraut, buttermilk. Simple foods. Traditional foods. They support something many people ignore. The gut. And your gut affects more than digestion. It influences how you feel. How you think. Even how you respond to stress. There was another woman named Donna. She often felt uncomfortable after meals. Heavy. Sluggish. She didn't change everything. She simply added a small portion of fermented food each day. Over time, her discomfort eased. Her energy improved. Because sometimes, healing is not about removing. It's about restoring. Now the sixth food. Red meat. This one is often misunderstood. But when chosen carefully, in its natural form, it provides strength. Real strength. It supports the blood. The muscles. The energy that carries you through the day. Let me tell you about a man named Robert. At 75, he felt constantly tired. He thought it was age. But when he improved the quality of his food, including nutrient-rich meals like red meat in moderation, his strength returned. Not dramatically, but steadily. And steady is what matters. That's resilience. Finally, the seventh. Raw cacao. Bitter. Strong. Unprocessed. Not the sweet chocolate most people are used to. This is different. It supports the brain. It gently energizes the body. But more than that, it reminds you of something important. Not everything good needs to taste sweet. Sometimes, what nourishes you, challenges you. And that's okay. Now, after all of this, there is one truth you must remember. Food is the fuel. But it is not the engine. The engine is your spirit. You must have a reason to wake up. A reason to keep going. Love. Connection. Purpose. Forgive when you can. Let go when you must. Sit quietly sometimes. Watch the world slow down. Feel the day as it passes. Because a peaceful mind supports a healthy body. That's balance. That's wisdom. That's a life well lived. So take care of your body. But don't forget your heart. If this message spoke to you, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And share it with someone who needs to hear this. Because growing older does not mean growing weaker. It means growing wiser. And that is something truly worth protecting.